Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Summer House Martha's Vineyard Season 1 Episode 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Sharing the channel is a free way to support me, and it really helps in the algorithm, honey, if you get anything out of the content, okay? No pressure, no pressure. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, we are still waiting for Shanice to put some clothes on. Girl, please put them away, okay? Put them away. So she's like in her confessional, I just want to have fun. Well, baby, you should have gone on one of those MTV shows like Floribama Shore or something like that. Because I don't think they're ready for your type of fun. They just ain't ready for it. So Simon takes some food upstairs to Bria. And, he don't want to acting out, child, because she hangry. And somehow finds out Shanice's boob made another appearance and he ain't tell her. So he quickly gathered her doggy plate and took it on upstairs. So he ends up telling her that Shanice came out and flashed them yet again. So Bria gets in her confessional and she starts saying, yeah, when it happened to me, everybody turned a blind eye to it. Now it's in front of the husbands and it's an issue. Yeah, karma. Girl, first of all, it's only one husband. And he ain't going to be a husband much longer if he don't stop acting a fool. Because Silas, we are going to get into it, honey. I don't care about no interviews you done did and whatever, honey. I'm going based off of solely how you act on this show. So let's continue to get into it. So they're all sitting down at the table and somebody made a comment that everyone looked amazing. So Jordan's like, yeah, some of us are looking thicker than others. Girl, please pipe down. Thick is not an insult. Actually, I don't even know what Alex was looking at because I don't see nothing thick. I don't see you thick nowhere. The air is thick because you always mad about something. But other than that, honey, it ain't nothing thick. It's just nothing thick, child. So Shanice finally joins them and she's fully clothed. Hey, girl. So she comes on in and sits down. So Jason was asking why she thought that was funny. She's like, was that a big F you to everybody? She said, no, this is party Shanice. I'm on vacation. I'm just having fun. I just want them to lighten up a little bit. So then Jasmine leans in and she's asking Shanice if she's going to talk to Alex. She's like, no, let's just have some fun. I'm really not in the mood right now. She said, well, did you let him know you didn't want to talk to him? Jasmine, stop. She said, not now. Okay. Now I want y'all to keep up in this story. Jasmine leaned into her and Shanice said, girl, wait a minute. Not right now. Okay. But Jasmine proceeded because that's what she likes to do. So then Preston looks at Shanice and asked her if she feels like people treat her unfairly. And she said, people judge me, but I just came here to have a good time. Okay. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So then here comes Jasmine. Yeah, like with the Alex Googling situation, ma'am. She just said, we're going to wait. See, this is the problem that I have with Jasmine. She doesn't respect people's boundaries or listen very well. She clearly stated now was not the time, but yet you continue to make it the time because you're always looking for a moment. So she brings up him Googling her and Jordan said, you know what? Now is probably not the right time since they haven't had a chance to have a conversation about it. So maybe we shouldn't talk about it here. So he goes, well, I'm not the only one that's seen it. So Shanice said, but you're the one that brought it up. It happened over a year ago. So Preston said, I don't feel like you should have to worry about that. Everyone should have a right to move on from their past. Now, Preston, I agree with you, but he also has a right to know who he's going to be living with, and he doesn't know her. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to at least check you on Instagram. I am telling you right now. Now, I might not hop on the Googler, but I am going to at least look you up on Instagram, and I don't think that anything is wrong with that. If someone types in the name of a castmate and her name pops up attached to a salacious article, of course you're going to read it. So, child, anyway. So he was like, well, I call BS on this because everybody's acting like I was the only one that was looking at the article or the only one that knew about it. So then Jordan's angry self starts to speak. Now, when she did it with Phil, I was like, okay, Phil came in hot and maybe it's something that we didn't get. So that's why she going off on him. But I did think that she just popped off real quick. And, I tried to give her some grace because, of course, it was Phil in his Eniche tracksuit. But what is going on right now? She is chewing Alex out because he didn't give Shanice the courtesy of asking her about it. He talked amongst the group. Now, I can see where Jordan is coming from, because if you know something about me and you're just chit-chatting about me around me, speak directly to me. If you want to know what you've read is true, then speak to me. So I get it. But the message is getting lost on me because Jordan's delivery and her tone is so abrasive at times. It's very off-putting, and it really gets on my nerves. She talk real crazy. That's just the in layman's terms, Jordan talk real crazy. And baby, she would not be able to talk crazy to me. She know exactly who to play with, and that's these people on this summer house. Because she talked to Jasmine like that after the Mariah and Bria fight. She got in Phil's face like she's too in your face. And really and truly, she just mad because he called her thick. Let's just be honest. Okay, can we talk? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. The only reason why Jordan is so pissed at Alex is because he called her thick. And that's just point blank in a period. So he's trying to talk and she's chastising him, telling him, am I speaking? I'm not done. I'm speaking. I'm like, oh, hell. Let me tell y'all something. This was hard to watch. I don't like for people to be spoken to in an abrasive way for no reason. Y'all are all having a conversation. Just talk. So she's trying to tell him, you know, she went through that with Shanice for an entire year. You don't know her. You didn't give her the common courtesy. And then you bring it out in front of the table and just bring it out in front of everybody. He said, I have no idea what she's talking about. Jasmine literally brought this up. You know what? I think that Jordan is just angry a lot of the times, and she's just waiting to argue with somebody. You know, a person that's just super contrary all the time and just waits to argue, they are just argumentative by nature. And I really am trying not to label her that way, but based on what I've seen on this show, she seems very argumentative. I just really don't get it. Now, Alex is not my favorite person, but at the same time, we could have all had a conversation. There was no need to do all that. Jasmine definitely brought it up at the table. That's true. But Alex, you did bring it up to the group. Okay, so I can see both sides, but Jordan, you need to learn how to talk to people. So Alex was like, I think it's fair to be able to ask questions because he didn't know her. So then Summer goes, yeah, you know, I learned that he Googled everyone in the house and I don't like that. So then Jason feels like he should have asked her about what he found, which I think is only fair. And Nick is me. Honey, Nick said, look, I Google everybody. People crazy. And is. I'm with you, Nick. I am with you, honey. I'm with you and your ascots. I am going to Google everybody, honey, because the killer be outside, child. Absolutely not. So he said he wasn't the only one that was a part of the conversation. So they rolled the tape back and all of y'all were talking, not just him. Bria, even you were there. You're running it back to Shanice, but you were involved in the conversation too. So he's like, you know, I have a lot of compassion for Shanice, but Jordan has tried to make me the villain and I don't appreciate that. Yeah, Jordan is not a fan of yours. Okay, just so we're clear. She don't like you like that. Moving forward. So he gets up because he doesn't feel like it's a safe space. Shanice doesn't like that he's now playing victim and everybody's trying to drink their rosé and everything's looking crazy because of who? Jasmine. Okay, that's the real villain at the table. It's Jasmine. So Jason was like, you know, he's just feeling like he's villainized because of he made a mistake. And I don't want him to think I'm looking at him any differently because of it, because I'm not. So Alex comes back to the table and Jason is speaking to him. But Alex is like, what did I even do wrong? I don't understand what I did wrong. So Shanice says to him, I'm a totally different person than I was a year ago. I was 28 back then. These people are this young? 28? Oh, child, no wonder. Anywho, Alex said, you know, it made him feel away because he was made out to be the bad guy. So Preston wants to chalk it up to them all being family. He's like, can we just say that we're family and just leave it here? And so they all agreed and it was brushed under the table. Shanice don't fool with Alex and Alex don't fool with Shanice and Jordan don't fool with Alex and Alex stay clear of Jordan. Moving forward. So they go inside. Alex is cleaning up Nick's haircut, you know, lining him up, you know, even all the way around, honey. He's just getting a little zhuzh, sitting in a chair, not bothering nobody. So in one room, It is Preston, Shanice, Nick, and Alex. And Jordan's laying her head on Preston's chest. In the next room, there is Silas, Jasmine, Summer, Bria, and Simon. Okay, so they're in another room. Everyone is on the couch. Jordan's laying her head on Preston's chest. So then Alex makes a joke that Jordan and Preston have been sleeping together in the same room, and he goes against her celibacy thing. So he starts laughing. And Preston goes, "Don't you ever question my wife's celibacy," because he's going along with the joke. So he's just like laughing with Alex. So then Jordan sits up and she's like, "Alex, I don't ever come for your veganism or your soberdom. So I don't understand why you're coming for me. You know, you said you've been drinking all summer." He said, "You just made that up." "I did not say that. I said I've only had a few drinks this summer." She said, "Well, I haven't had a few D's over the summer." Throw some D's on that. No, just kidding. Y'all know I can't be serious, honey. Oh, Jay, I know I can't be serious. So she's like, "I haven't had a few D's over the summer." So Alex is looking like, "Girl, what?" He says, "You know, I'm just messing with you, right?" She said, "Yeah, I do." But then she proceeded to go on about how people, mainly Alex, make her out to be a sexual creature, and she's never been like that. So then Amir comes in the middle of it all, and she's going in. So then she brings up Playboy, and despite her doing that, she's not like that. Ma'am, you probably should have never posed for that magazine, because this seems like a trauma response that you're having. Now, I don't know if you regret doing those spreads, but I don't feel that any of the men here were trying to sexualize you. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't feel like they were trying to sexualize Jordan. I really don't. So Amir tries to chime in, and Jordan is like, "Yeah, of course you don't understand, because you've done it too." Because of what Alex told her about him liking her, so nobody else could really get to know her. She felt like he pissed on a tree and the tree was her. Now, when I first heard them talking about who they liked and who they had dibs on, I did kind of feel like, why are you staking claim to people when you guys don't know everybody? And again, I understand her point of view, but this whole emotional thing that's about to happen is going to confuse me. He said, "No, I simply said that I liked you." So then Nick was asking what the issue was, because by this time, everybody can hear that there's like a little bit of commotion. So Nick comes in and he's like, "What is the issue?" She's like, "I'm just tired of being labeled by the men and nobody cares about who I am." Okay, this is deeper than the house. Now, I don't know what she's experienced, but this requires talking to a professional, because the little joke that he made, I don't feel like it warranted all of this. I'm super confused. I really am. I think that Jordan made a choice to do Playboy. Now, these are just assumptions, okay? I think that Jordan made a choice to do Playboy, and now she wants to move past that, and she thinks that any man that breathes in her direction is objectifying her. I think this is a Jordan issue, because I haven't heard any man in the house bring up Playboy but you. You have told us over and over in every single episode and every single confessional, Playboy, 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 over and over and over. So if anything, it has something to do with the way that you feel because you posed or worked in the mansion or whatever. Because, girl, this is not that show that Kendra and them had back in the day. What was the name of that show when it was at the Playboy Mansion, honey? This is not that. Girl. So Jasmine comes running in talking about, "I hear my friend crying." Now, mind you, nobody summoned Jasmine. She came running in. I want y'all to keep that in mind, because I'm about to get into it with Jasmine in just a minute. So Nick is trying to understand what Jordan is saying. He's very attentive. He kneeled down. He looked her directly in her face. He said, "Listen, I don't think that our conversations are like that. They're very lighthearted. We've talked about your family, where you're from, what you've done. We've talked about all of that." So Amir walks out because he's upset, honey. He's pissed. He's upset that he's being labeled as a bad guy because he thought Jordan was attractive. So she's breaking down, and Preston goes over to hug her. Alex goes over to hug her and just tell her that it's all love, right? I'm totally lost. I'm totally lost. Is there something that we didn't see? Is there any unaired footage? Because from what I see, 2 + 2 isn't equaling 4. 2 + 2 is equaling like 17. And I don't know how we got here. It's a huge leap. Okay. One giant leap, honey. I don't know what's happening. So Amir goes outside to call his friend and tell him that he got ripped a new one because he expressed interest in Jordan. He was like, look, I didn't tell anyone that they couldn't get to know her. All I said was I liked her. Now, I told y'all last review that I knew Alex was throwing Amir under the bus when he told Jordan that. She did not need to know that. Y'all have been in this house all this time. We're on day 17. Why would you tell her 17 days in what Amir said? Nobody was stopping you from getting to know her. You're a grown man. If you want to get to know her, then get to know her. But instead of that, you took the cowardly way out and then you threw Amir under the bus. That wasn't cool. He's like, I just realized that I have no chance with Jordan. So I get it. I'm going to leave her alone. Yeah, honey, no possibilities. There will be no possibilities, honey. Shout out to Nene. Over on the other side, Alex and Amir, they're talking, saying that, she just needed to purge and she needed to get it out because by this time, everybody's dispersed. They let Jordan let out this, whatever it is she needed to let out. And now everybody's doing something different. In the kitchen, after everything dies down, Silas is talking to Jordan about Amir and he's within earshot. So he's telling her that he understands that she just wanted to be heard. But the way he was doing it was given very performative. Because Silas was talking to Jordan and then all of a sudden Amir sits up and goes, and he knows that if anything, that you just wanted to be heard. And he knows and he hears. I was like, what? I'm not about to play. Honey, it was giving I know why the cage bird sings. Boy, what are you talking about? So anywho, honey, he sat up and told her he knew why the cage bird sung. And she was like, well, why did you walk away when I was crying? Girl, Jordan, what is wrong with you? Honey, go away from me with this. You do not want the man around you. Let's just be real. He said, I didn't even know if you wanted me to be in the same room with you. But I just want to let you know that I've never objectified you. So then he said, I just want to protect you. That's it. Okay, that's all I want to do. So then they end up hugging it out. Now, truth be told, I wouldn't have hugged nothing. Honey, let's do a fist bump or a handshake because I don't want you coming back to me saying I tried to take advantage of you in a vulnerable moment, honey. So y'all get off my screen and go on about y'all business. Moving forward. So everybody's getting ready to go to sleep, right? And normally, we hear the Coopers hunching, but not tonight. So in the bed that night, Jasmine is telling Silas that she's insecure because everybody is talking about Jordan and they are supposed to be the structure of everybody. And she was jealous that she couldn't bring the house together like Jordan did. Girl say, what now? See, now I really want y'all to listen to this because this is very dangerous thinking. Why would you be jealous of that? So the entire time that you were hugging her, you were secretly jealous that everyone wasn't paying attention to you because you have main character energy. See, this is why I fly solo. This is why I fly solo. I'm flying solo. I'm flying solo. Honey, shout out to Jason Derulo because this right here, why are you jealous that Jordan in this ridiculous outburst brought the house together? That is so strange to me. Do y'all not find that strange? Comment down below if I'm the only one that finds that strange. Because you were embracing her as her friend to offer support, but you were secretly jealous that this moment wasn't about you. Yeah, I'm going to stick by myself, honey. I'm going to stay by myself. In the next scene, it's the next morning. Silas and Jasmine are in their room and they're getting ready, right? So she gets to ironing his pants, but now there's a stain on the pants from the iron. She's telling him, look, I got a tie pin coming and I'm going to fix it. He goes, I told you not to iron them and you insisted. I told you that they didn't need to be ironed. So he's mad because he thinks his pants are ruined. Well, that's because you're needy all the time and she don't know whether she coming or going, honey. So she just started ironing because next thing you know, you'll be mad because she's not ironing. So she's just trying to do something to appease you so you will shut the hell up. I'm just saying, I wouldn't do nothing for you, me. Okay, but that's just me. Especially with the way that you respond to things. So I would not have done anything for you. Over on the other side, Preston introduces us via FaceTime to his boo, Donald. Hey, sir. Hi, Donald. So they're talking. They've been together for a while. And he's telling him about the dinner, the soul food dinner that he's cooking tonight and the pride party that he's throwing at the house. Okay, Preston, we didn't even know you had a significant other. I'm happy to see that. So his boo was like, look, whatever you cook for them, you got to make sure you cook it for me when you get home. And Preston was like, I ain't say all that. No, I ain't say all that. I'm going to see what I can do. So in the kitchen, they start prepping for the soul food dinner. Child, they got a mirror on chicken. When he was cooking that chicken, all I saw is milk. Sir, please make sure that you season that chicken. Y'all watch him. Okay, y'all watch him. Because Amir don't know what to do. Okay, and we all want a little bit of salt and pepper. Get in that thing. Some sazon, honey. Get some seasoned sauce, some garlic pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, honey. Really get in there. Okay, a little bit of hot sauce, some pickle juice. Make sure you really get in there. Like, you can't mess with chicken. Ain't nothing worse than some flavorless fried chicken, because there's no way to fix it. No amount of hot sauce, no amount of ketchup is going to fix it. So who put Amir on chicken? Y'all really don't make me mad. Y'all making me mad on this episode. Y'all are making me mad on this episode. In the next scene, Jordan gets on a call with her dad. And you can tell that he really loves her. And she's telling him about the Amir situation. And dad is like, that's some third grade stuff. Calling out who you like and nobody else can talk to them. But listen, you're about to leave soon, so just hang in there. Baby daddy was ready to swim to Martha's Vineyard to get to everybody, honey. Do you hear me? Honey, he was going to get everybody together for his baby girl. He was like, do I need to come down there? What they say, what they do to you? I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I don't have that type of relationship with my dad. I always wish that I did, but I just don't. I just love that for her. So girl, be happy. Get yourself together. She said she's always been a daddy's girl. And when she lost her mom at 16, they became closer than ever. So, you know, that's her role doll. She gonna call her daddy if she don't do nothing else. In the kitchen, Jasmine is giving Amir a history lesson on soul food. Amir, now, I realize you may not have been exposed to a lot, okay? But did you ever try to research anything related to your blackness? Like anything? Nothing? Okay. And it shows. There's no reason that Jasmine should be standing in the middle of this kitchen giving you a history lesson. It's giving foolish. So everybody's getting ready for dinner. Nick is on the phone with his girlfriend Tasia, and she's coming out from Africa because they miss each other. Side note, Tasia is so pretty. She really is, and they make a beautiful couple, because I was looking at that picture. I said, they look so cute together. But Nick, don't think I forgot about you sliding in all those DMs, okay? Why don't you focus on your relationship and be happy in it? Stay out these heifers' DMs. You see how they falling apart? Okay. Bria is a hot mess. Jordan is a hot mess. Shanice is a hot mess. Who ain't a hot mess? Your girlfriend. And you slide in everybody else's DM. Boy, if you don't get yourself together, moving forward. So they're all sitting down for dinner. And for some reason, Silas named Simon the White Rick Ross. Now, what Rick Ross you talking about? Because ain't nothing about Simon screaming Ricky Rose. Okay, that must have been the first rapper that came to your mind, honey, the first one you thought of, because he does not give Rick Ross the boss at all. He gives Simon dressed up in something, honey. He does not give Rick Ross. So I was like, what is going on? So anywho, Simon and the gang, they sit down and they're eating. So before they do that, Jason blesses the food. Amir is like, this is my first time frying my own chicken. This is a first. Did y'all see how Preston looked at Jordan? Baby, they want Amir to be so serious right now. Baby, they want Amir to be so serious right now. Amir, if you could be anything on this season, honey, be serious, honey. Be so for real, because this don't make no sense, honey. Good for you, Amir. Everybody clap for Amir down in the comment section, honey. Put your clapping emojis down in the comment section for Amir and his fried chicken. Child, probably ain't have a seasoning in the first. So after they eat, it's time for the pride party. And Preston is giving a little bit of history on where it originated. It was originally a riot in New York at a place called Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village in 1969. And he said, if you're still in New York, it's still there. It's a staple. So stop by and take a look at it. I love me some New York. I went to New York one time and I fell in love. Let me tell y'all something. When I go to a place and it swallows me up and it's everything that I want and more, I start looking for places immediately. Do you hear me? Back in 2007, I was looking for a place in Atlanta. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stay here a little bit longer and see if my career take off. And I'm just going to wait it out. Ended up getting married to a fool. Okay. Then In 2012, I ended up going to New York. I fell in love. I fell in love. Do you hear me? Half of my trip was me looking for a place to stay. I was like, I freaking love New York. Then here come my mama with the guilt trip, because she know how I feel about my grandmother. She getting older and you gonna move all the way over there, and what if she gets sick and you can't get to her? And she manipulated me into staying in Houston. And I really regret that decision sometimes. And I oftentimes think, once my son becomes an adult, then I'm gonna move to New York, because that's on my bucket list. Even if it's for a summer or for a year, I'm gonna move to New York, honey. It's gonna happen. Anywho, that's just neither here nor there. That's just a side note. So back to the mess. So then they do a toast to love. And so Preston wants all of the straight men. He said this. Okay, these were his words. He wants all of the straight men to put on a little talent show. He wants them to get together and put together a dance routine. Y'all better be able to give something too, especially with 3 of y'all being frat. I better see some shoulders bouncing, honey. I better see y'all getting into it. So they come out doing their little 1-2 step. Amir is scaling the table like Spider-Man. Amir, get off that table. You do that same move every time you get in front of somebody. Now, I was trying to see if they had the moves like Jagger, but at least they were having fun. At least they were having fun, honey. Alex, and what is this little flip with them balls, sir? What is going on? When Alex flipped over that table, y'all, I let out a cackle so loud. I said, boy, I'm not about to play with you. What is this little move, honey? That was hilarious to me. But I did love how all the men supported and participated in Preston's event. I loved it. He also said he was really excited. He was happy that they did, what he asked and how everything turned out. So, y'all, the night is over. Okay? This is where I'm finna get ready to go off. And it's been a while. The night is over. Jasmine and Silas are getting ready for bed. So then he goes, you want to circle back to earlier? No, she wants to go to bed. Nobody wants to circle back to when your panties were in a bunch. Nobody wants to circle back to when you were in a tizzy. No, she doesn't. She's like, why would I want to circle back to what? He said, my pants. Because you don't know how upset I really was. I was really mad. Who cares? And what else is going on? So she said, I thought this was going to be a romantic getaway. This is what she's saying in the confessional. She said, but I don't really feel connected to him. So he's telling her, yeah, you gave minimal effort to fix the problem. And she's basically like, yeah, that's easy for you to say. Something is always wrong with what I do. I'm always messing up something. So she said, you know what? Your mentality is really a turnoff. Well, baby, what'd she say that for? He said, oh, my mentality is a turnoff. So he starts cussing, telling her she messed up his effing pants because she does not know how to effing iron. When I tell you I would have shown him better than I could tell him. Who do you think you are talking to? Have you lost your rabbit mind? Maybe you lost your mind. When you find your mind, then speak to your wife. That is so disrespectful. You speak kindly to your spouse, even when you're upset. I have not found a man that can master that yet. We can argue about what we're arguing about, but you don't have to get disrespectful. And what you're mad about is just stupid. Let's just keep it real. It's dumb. It's silly. So he's going off and she's just laying there. She's like, I should just open this door and let everybody hear how you're speaking to me. And he's just carrying on, honey, really having a good old fit. So they ended up going to sleep or whatever they did, honey, because it's the next morning. So Silas is talking to Jasmine about a toothbrush and she's ignoring him, as she should. So Shanice is leaving. It's her last day in the house. She's packing up all of her things so she can hit the road. Jack, bye girl. Jason is downstairs cooking breakfast. So he asked Jasmine if she wants some eggs. And she's like, yeah, I was doing good until me and Silas got into it. So Jason is telling her that they both have ideas of what a wife should be. And they need to find a happy medium so the both of them will be satisfied. So she proceeds to start cooking him breakfast, y'all. I'm talking about she in there burning the morning oil. Do you hear me? Making potatoes, eggs, biscuits. A child just cooking. She takes it to him and he eats just a little bit. So she comes back in the room and she's like, so you're not going to finish this? Like, are you not going to eat it? He's like, yeah, I'm not good with the bread and stuff like that. She says there's no bread on there. He said, yeah, with the potatoes and stuff. I don't do starch. I don't like starch. She is better than me. She is better than me. Because as soon as he said, I don't like starch, I would have taken a mental note and it would have been hell from there on out. She gets in the confessional and she said, everyone says the first year of marriage is the hardest, and I'm really questioning if we have what it takes to withstand the test of time. Baby, y'all don't. I hate to speak that on you, but you don't. Y'all don't even know each other. These controlling and manipulative, as he says, caveman ways that he has would have surfaced if you would have taken the time to get to know each other. Silas wanted to get married to have in-house sex on the regular and have his meals prepared the way that he wants them. He wants somebody that he can control because he's an insecure little boy and he's not acting like he values you. So I don't think that this is going to last if Silas keeps this up. It's ridiculousness. So she ends up taking his plate away. But baby, let me tell you something. I would have left that plate sitting right there. Since you aren't happy with your meal, you can eat a continental breakfast from here on out. Cereal and a banana it is. Boy gone. And that was the end of the episode. Child, everybody on here was acting a fool, honey, in this last episode. Jordan was going off. Alex didn't feel safe. Child, I don't know what's going on with that. Jasmine is being mistreated by Silas. And Bria and Simon are being Bria and Simon. Like, I don't know what's going on, child, but they need to get it together. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I'm kind of sad because next week is the final episode of season 1 of Summer House. I hope that they get a reunion. Bravo, Andy. I don't know if your people over here or what, but I need you to hop on the Twitter and start to ask us what questions we would like to hear asked of the cast of Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Because, honey, we need a reunion. Don't cheat us now. Don't make me have to DM you now, Andrew. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.